Hello, everyone. I'm doing a 60-year report card. I'm going to be 61 this coming Saturday, the 28th of September, 2024. So I'm 60 currently for the moment. and I look back over my life from birth to now, and I've had a lot of struggles, a lot of fighting. Uh, my starting with my family, stepmother. Uh, they tried to force me to wear dresses and try to force me to be like a proper little girl when I was a tomboy. I am a tomboy. So the struggle, the fighting, finally they just backed off and let me uh, be more myself. I think the struggling is also lack of respect on their part, trying to force me to do things. Like I remember when I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere around there. One grandma, 1800s grandma, she would make uh, these sleeping gowns for us girls, me and my two sisters, and they were an actual long gown, and I couldn't stand it because it trapped me. I couldn't move my legs the way I wanted to, and it just so I would rip the whole thing off, throw it on the ground, and I'd be in my underwear. And my family got really mad about that. And then finally, after so many years of struggle, she doesn't like those gowns. So she made me some long pants and a long sleeve shirt, sleeping pajamas, But, I mean, like, even just being born, I was born 3 months premature. I weighed 3 pounds. I was in an incubator for 5 weeks. Just coming into this world was a fight and a struggle. But I was born to be tough, born to be a fighter. I'm a Libra. So look that up. We fight. If there's injustice or if there's something not right, we'll say something. And sometimes it's good to say something instead of keep it inside. I don't know about, if you're going to keep quiet about something and then one day explode. I'm always pretty verbal. Sometimes it hurts people, but it's me pushing back for what's coming my way. So I do get verbal and push back. But I do try to keep myself out of situations where I'm going to have to fight all the time. Fought with my family, fought with stupid bullies in high school, boyfriends, just some jobs I've had, some stupid, stupid people. It's like, leave me alone, just leave me alone, show some respect. I think there's just a whole lot of lack of respect, is why I've been such a fighter my whole life. Lack of respect to me. I know, I guess I'm a little different and I stand out and I just don't fit in with, their ideas or whatever, but I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just going about my business. And they, you know, sort of attack me. Like in some ways I have been physically attacked and had to fight back. And then just verbal attack, all kinds of, crap that just comes my way. But I think it's lack of uh, these people don't know what they're doing. They weren't raised right. They're disrespectful, and it comes my way. And when it comes my way, I push back. I fight back, and then I try to get rid of it. Out of my life. Uh, so my 60-year report card. How are things? you know, from then till now, I think lots of things I could have done a lot better. Hindsight, of course, being 2020. Uh, Nowadays, we have this internet and everything that we can learn everything from, and we don't even really have to ask people too much. We could just consult the internet and learn as much as we can and make our own judgments. When I was in my 20s during the 1980s, I would ask people and they would steer me wrong or shut the door in my face and, no, you can't learn that. No, this is for men, not girls. When I was a kid, they said girls don't climb trees. Girls aren't supposed to climb trees and ride skateboards and stuff like that. And I was a tomboy, and so there was some, a lot of abuse, physical abuse, growing up, mental, uh, verbal, psychological, everything, all kinds of abuse. So I've just been basically fighting my whole life. But like I said, if it comes to me, I'm going to push back. I'm going to fight. I'm going to try to set it right. And people kind of learn the hard way. They kind of get burned. They're like, oh, dang, she don't like it when you do that to her, or she don't like it when you say that or do that. Well, they should know ahead of time not to do those things to people. Um, I do have, there's something that hits a snag with me, and it is, uh, I don't feel that I should let people do what they want, say what they want, have what they want. Don't let them, let them, let them. Don't be passive and just let people walk all over you. That's where I get thorny. I get, like, if people try that with me, they get hurt, they get stuck, they step on thorns. They, you know, um, don't expect me, a female, to be passive and say, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay if you do that. Oh, it's okay if you touch my chest, and you call it an accident when it's really not. Or you cop a feel to the rear end, or rub yourself against me, your front to my rear. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just an accident. Now, there's a lot of small things, right? But there's small things every day or every week throughout my whole life. And I do have triggers. Maybe I do have PTSD. If I go to a doctor, they can easily diagnose me with that. That probably. And then what will they do with that? Will they give me a whole bunch of pills and garbage, or whatever? I am trying to navigate this world full of minefields. Like, people are minefields. They're volatile. I generally just try to keep to myself and just do my work and do my business and try to have fun. And then I get somebody saying, oh, you're a baby. I'm 60 years old. I'm not a baby. Or I don't like women trying to mother me, right? Don't try to mother me. Last Christmas, I got COVID from a Christmas party, and then I was sick, and then there was a woman that wanted to bring soup to me. And to me, that's weak. I don't want to be weak. I don't want anybody mothering me. I've got my own soup. I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself. I have dignity, So this is kind of me in a nutshell, a 60-year report card. How are you doing? Do I get A's here? F's in other areas? Now, financially, I really need to be doing better. I've been debt-free 4 times in my adult life. Now I've got more debt, and that's going to take about 5 years to get that done with, which is kind of, at my age, I'm like, oh, come on, man, But I'm going to start collecting Social Security next year, and that'll help financially. I've got 2 jobs right now, and I'm really just trying to get ahead, and I've been getting into this Bitcoin. Now, I just urge people to learn as much as you can about Bitcoin from the internet, from sources you trust, anywhere and everywhere. Now, if you talk to people and they don't know anything about it and they shoot it down, that's just because they don't know anything about it. And that just learn as much, reach out and learn as much as you can, because I do believe that it is a good investment, and I'm putting some of my extra money into it because I should have done it 10 years ago, and look where it's at now. I mean, but people were pushing me away from it, telling me no, and then of course I get busy with life and truck driving and fatigue, major fatigue. Just working and sleeping, not even showering every day. I mean, I was so tired. I would come into bed, it just filthy in my filthy clothes, took my boots off, and that's it. I pass out for 3 hours, and then I have to be back up and do it. And I do have to take a shower, but man, the fatigue is just so much where I'm so tired I can't even stand up. So I finally got out of that trucking and those particular trucking jobs. And so, I do like going to the beach. I like having fun. I like going to the movies. I like my little TV shows at night, Chef Ramsay and whatnot. So my report card, how am I doing? I need to improve on finances, of course, and that's where the Bitcoin and other investments come in. I do have 401ks from other jobs that I rolled over into IRS and or IRA. I mean, IRS. Of course, they get their cut, but IRA. So I mean, I'm not wealthy by any stretch of imagination. I mean, if I was, I wouldn't have this debt. I wouldn't be working 2 jobs for crying out loud, right? So I'm just trying to hang in there. My health needs improvement. I was diagnosed 10 years ago with type 2 diabetes, or I should say 12 years ago. So I've been dealing with that, taking the meds and all that, but I do need to improve on my diet, what I'm eating and drinking every day, which is not good enough. And to top it off, this is Monday the 23rd, I believe, or 20... Wait. Well, anyway, this coming Thursday, the 24th, I think it is, or 26th, Thursday, 26th, 27th, Thursday, so, let's see, Wednesday 25, Tuesday 24, I believe this is Monday the 23rd, I didn't even bother looking, but this coming Thursday, it seems like we might get hit by another hurricane. Great. Wonderful. My power is going to go out for how many days? So I'm going to celebrate 61st birthday on Saturday with a candle. No electricity. Well, that's Florida life. But then, let me tell you about this book, okay? If you're interested in learning at least a tiny little Bitcoin in a nutshell, get this book called Bitcoin Favors the Bold. It's by an English guy, and it's fun. Okay, it's a nutshell. It's a little bit. It might get you started a little bit. It's an interesting book. These couple, a man and a wife, and they go on this little journey to learn about it and so on. Now that also brings me to following in my parents' footsteps. They had bought 5 acres and put a home on it. I wound up getting 5 acres and putting a little home on it. They sold their home and got into an RV when they retired, like in their 70s. I mean, well, they were in their 70s. They sold the RV. I mean, the home and got RV. So they got the RV and they traveled around the country and they went to Alaska. They did that for something like 70 years. Or, excuse me. Senior moments. No, I'm too young for that. They did that for 7 years, and while they were in their 70s. Okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna sell my home and get an RV and do that, but there are developments happening in this little town. There's gonna be a new Publix opening up, possibly March next year. Possibly a Wawa and shopping centers and apartments. They've cleared across the street from the new Publix. Huge amount of land, and I've been reading the newspaper on that. So like I said, the more development in the area means more congestion, more traffic, but also it raises property values as well. So, I'm planning to age in place, but then I could, in the future, 5 years from now, follow my parents, sell everything, get an RV, and take off around the country. Get out of the heat and humidity. Get to places where it's cooler. Like, California has been nice growing up. It's not hot. It's not humid. It's not freezing cold. The temperature in Southern California is great. You can get out and do things, without, like, keeling over in extreme heat. Like, I would ride my bike all the time, and it was nice. It was great weather. So over here in Florida, man, I can't stay outside in 100-degree heat for like 5 minutes. I have to hurry up and get into air conditioning. So, I mean, I'm looking 5 years down the road, you know, see how I feel, see how things are, see how my health is, so on like that, my finances. But, you know, I'm just thinking about a lot of things. And then I was talking with some coworkers yesterday about Bitcoin. Some of them, they know a bit about it. They're like, yeah, they're doing some research, but I think they still need to do more research. Bless their little hearts. But, my coworkers, they're good, smart people, and they're young. They're younger than me by, gosh, I don't know, 20, 30 years younger than me. But maybe even 40 years younger than me. I don't know. But anyway, they're learning and they have access to learn a lot in a short amount of time than I did when I was their age. So anyway, this is my 60-year report card. How am I doing? Assessing situation. What are things looking like? How is things going? It could be improved upon. And this is a longer video. So anyhow, I just talk. I like to talk on these videos because nobody's interrupting me. That's another thing. It's, you try to have friends and try to talk with people and they interrupt all the time, and it's like, well, I can't really say much. Okay, whatever. So this video I could yammer on as long as I want, and if you're interested in staying and watching the whole video, I appreciate it. All 5 of you. I might have one more, maybe 6. Okay. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and I hope everything's going well in your life. Spend time doing research. Spend time having fun, for crying out loud. Because next thing you know, you're going to be 60 and you're going to be like, what? How am I doing? Okay? So set yourself up for success. Work hard now for better payoff later on. Okay. Thanks, and talk to you later. Okay, bye.